Low salt candy? Yeah, believe it or not, a lot of candy has salt in it. So in today's video, I'll give you the full rundown, as far as I know, about sodium and candy. Hard candy, soft candy, and candy bars. Today's video is going to be sweet. First, let's start with hard and soft candy. The general rule is that hard candy equals no sodium and soft candy equals sodium. For example, compare these Jolly Ranchers, which have no sodium at all, to these Mike and Ikes, which have 10 milligrams of sodium per serving and 40 milligrams of sodium per box. Now, with the hard candies, I can only find one exception where there was a hard candy with sodium in it at all, and that's Werther's Originals, with 55 milligrams of sodium per serving and 275 milligrams per bag. That's over half my daily sodium intake, and you just never expect that from candy. But that's an exception on the hard candy side. With the soft candy, you're mostly going to find that they have some amount of sodium in them. And for me, if it's under 100 milligrams per bag, I can live with that. Anything above that, I consider to be high. So I'll give you some examples of what I consider to be high sodium soft candies. Number one, peelers. 40 milligrams per serving and 240 milligrams of sodium per bag. Number two, Sour Patch Kids, 35 milligrams per serving and 245 milligrams per bag. Number three, Swedish Fish, 25 milligrams per serving and 200 milligrams per bag. Number four, Twizzlers and licorice in general. Twizzlers have 60 milligrams of sodium per serving and 150 milligrams per package, while licorice, let's look at Wiley Wallaby licorice, 35 milligrams of sodium per serving and 245 milligrams of sodium per package. Number five, Gushers, 55 milligrams per serving and 220 milligrams per bag. And there's more out there. So when it comes to soft candy, make sure you check out the nutrition label for the sodium content. Now let's take a look at some lower sodium soft candies. Number one, Skittles. 5 milligrams of sodium per serving and 20 milligrams per bag, and that's a share size bag. Number two, Mike and Ike's. Like I said, 10 milligrams per serving and 40 milligrams for a theater box. Not bad. And just like with the higher sodium soft candies, there are a lot more lower sodium options than the two I just listed. So look around and see what works for you. Now, with soft candy, there are exceptions to the rule and there are variations. First, let's talk about variations. Especially with stuff like gummy bears and gummy worms, some brands have no sodium and some brands have sodium. For example, check out these gummy bears. The Sheets brand has 10 milligrams per serving and 70 milligrams per bag, while the Haribo gummy bears don't have any sodium. And that same thing applies to jelly beans, peach rings, and other mass market soft candy. And as far as gummy bears go, I think personally the hands down best in class for gummy bears are the organic Black Forest gummy bears, which have zero sodium. Next, we have a few examples of exceptions that would be soft candies that don't have any sodium in them. Number one, Skittles gummies. Number two, Lifesavers gummies. Number three, Airheads. Number four, Starburst. Number five, spearmint leaves. The same goes for orange slices, cherry slices, and all the other flavor varieties of that type of candy. So again, when it comes to sodium and candy, hard candy is generally going to be salt-free, and soft candy is generally going to have low to moderate amounts of salt. There are exceptions and there are variations, but that's the lay of the land, as far as I know it, for sodium and candy. Now, when it comes to candy bars, in my research, The average king size candy bar contains over 100 milligrams of sodium. Sometimes less, sometimes more, sometimes a lot more. But here again, I think there's a general rule. Dark chocolate equals less sodium, milk chocolate equals more sodium. For example, this milk chocolate Hershey's bar has 20 milligrams of sodium per serving and 60 milligrams for the whole thing, versus the dark chocolate Hershey's bar, same size, which has 0 sodium across the board. Now, let's take a look at some high sodium candy bars, some low sodium candy bars, and some no sodium candy bars. And again, I would count anything above 100 milligrams of sodium per bar as high. So let's start there. Number one, Payday, 70 milligrams per serving and 210 for the king size bar. And you know what's interesting though is the chocolate covered Payday only has 45 milligrams of sodium per serving and 140 milligrams per bar. So that's a little better. Number two, Snickers, 115 milligrams per serving and 230 per king size bar. Number three, Baby Ruth, same thing, 115 per serving, 230 milligrams per king size bar. Number four, Three Musketeers, 85 milligrams of sodium per serving and 170 milligrams for your king size bar. And number five, Twix, 45 milligrams per serving and 180 milligrams for your king size package. And again, there are other higher sodium candy bars out there. These are just a few examples. So make sure to read the labels. And also keep in mind that serving size and amounts per serving are two different things. For example, with the Twix, it's 45 milligrams of sodium per serving, but there's 4 servings in a king size Twix, and there's 2 servings in a regular Twix. Now, let's take a look at some lower sodium candy bars. Number one, Caramello, 45 milligrams per serving and 90 milligrams for the king size. Number two, Kit Kat, 15 milligrams per serving and 40 milligrams for your king size Kit Kat. Number three, Tony's Choco Lonely, 40 milligrams of sodium for your normal size bar. Number four, M&M's, 20 milligrams per serving and 60 milligrams per serving for your share size bag. Number five, peanut M&Ms, 15 milligrams per serving and 45 milligrams for your share size bag. Now, when it comes to no sodium candy bars, your best bet would be to look for the dark chocolate bars, like I said. For example, we got that Hershey's Special Dark, which we talked about, and that has no sodium. You can also hop to the baking aisle and check out the chocolate there, like this 60% cacao Ghirardelli bar, which has 0 sodium. The other thing I want to mention is healthy alternatives because I know candy can honestly really mess up our health. So if we're trying to eat less candy like me, I want you to know that there are legitimately healthy alternatives. Dried fruit is awesome and it's legitimately much healthier than candy. There's dried fruit and there's freeze-dried fruit. You just got to watch because some dried fruit brands have added sugar. Also, fresh fruit is awesome. Kiwis are like God's given sour candy. Both fresh and dried fruit are healthy alternatives to candy. And as far as candy bars go, if you're looking for an alternative that's healthy and you just get it at the store, the best in class, in my opinion, are the back to human bars. Manageable sodium levels, except for the salty one. You might want to avoid that. But otherwise, manageable sodium, tastes awesome, and they have about the cleanest, healthiest ingredients that you can get in a candy bar. The only thing I would caution is that dark chocolate has caffeine in it. So the stronger the dark chocolate, the more caffeine you might find in it. So if you're sensitive to that, just be aware. Those Ghirardelli bars are also pretty good alternatives with cleaner ingredients, as well as some kind bars, like the one in the picture. Almost any bar in the healthy foods section of the supermarket, by the way, is going to be a healthier alternative than the candy bars you would find in the candy aisle. So again, if you're looking to cut down on candy, there are tasty and abundant alternatives. That's all I have for you today. I hope all this information was easy to understand, and I hope that it's a helpful blessing to you for your low sodium needs. If you struggle with candy, and I know that can be very serious, please just know that Jesus Christ really loves you and that he can help you by giving you the hope, wisdom, and self control to take better care of yourself. And not only that, he can save your soul. That's why he came. If you draw close to him, he'll draw close to you, and he's really real. If you have any questions or comments, or maybe you want to riff about your top 5 candies, I'll place mine in the comments. Feel free to leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and God bless.